Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Final Assessment podcast about evil. I'm Jean.
I'm Victoria.
Today, Season 3, Episode 2, The Demon of Memes.
You would think one thing, but...
You would think one thing. So, David is taking a confession.
It's so funny.
Everybody is complaining about their sisters and husband. I mean, it's a lot of people that go to confession a lot. Some people just go to confession when they actually do something wrong. But other people are like, I guess it's called scrupulosity, where they like every time, they're like, your father eye looked sideways at somebody else's car, you know, that kind of stuff. This dog is trying to confess something. And of course, he's the new guy, so he has to do the 6 a.m. mass. They have this great scene of him eating shitty soup with the other priests. Everybody's just slurping. And
yeah.
It's weird.
Old people,
basically, yeah. David's like the youngest one there by 30 years, probably. So he goes into his room, and who's lurking in the shadows? It's not Mac's mom. Mm-mm. It's Victor LeConte.
Love the name.
Okay, so, and David's like, oh, yeah, from the entity, and he's like, LeConte's like, there is no entity. I'm just a friend of the Vatican.
Yeah.
Oh, who lurks in people's rooms in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy employer you got there. He wants David to be a friend of the Vatican, too.
Mm-hmm. Let's be friends together.
So he does call out, like, some things about David, like that David can't see the connection between the stuff the church does with the exorcisms and the actual evil in the world. Yep. This problem will be solved in the course of this season. David will definitely see the link. Somebody will spell it out for him. Mm-hmm. But he's going to recruit David. Yes. And this is very cloak and dagger. Yes. Right. So you're going to, he said, something's happening in New York, like on a spiritual and a corporeal level. Something evil. Yeah. What?
It's evil.
It's evil. Something evil. So you're going to receive a phone call. It's going to have this secret Latin phrase, and you're to perform the task you're given without question. I'm like, awesome. Now David is part of this sketchy-ass secret society. Yeah. All right, Kristen and Andy, this is where they're doing the budget that we talked about last episode. And they just have to get more money for the business. That's what it comes down to. Yes. She only makes, Jesus Christ, in New York with 4 kids, $60,000 a year. What the fuck are they even doing?
She needs to make way more for the demon hunting she does.
And he's like, so what? I need to make about $75,000. I'm like, you need to make more than that. Look, you have 4 girls. 4. They're not going to get cheaper.
No, they just get more expensive when they get to teenagers.
Oh my God.
Where boys are less expensive, girls are more.
They're going to get more expensive. You got to do better than that, Andy. So they got to get more money for the business, right?
Because I think he was getting 35 at first.
Oh my God! I didn't even hear that number. Oh, that's insane. What is it? Just a smile in a tent? What do you get for 35? Okay, so anyway, poor Lila is in the bathroom and the toilet starts gurgling, and you're like, "What's going to happen?" Well, it starts overflowing with blood. Yes. And she freaks out and she goes to Andy and Kristen. Well, of course, by the time anybody else looks at it, there's no more blood. But yep. She's like, there was definitely blood. Girl, there was no blood. Okay, David's doing confession again. And somebody comes into the booth, and he gives them the ring around, and then they just like, Captain Kirk is Christ. Yeah. And then they run away. And he's like, what the fuck?
And then he gets another one come in.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, everybody's going crazy. So apparently this is a part of a thing called... Okay. At first I was like, whistling Jack, but then it's visiting Jack, and then it's watching Jack.
Yeah, I got confused with it too because I felt like they kept renaming it.
Yeah, whoever talked saying they called it something different.
Yeah, but it's Jack. Whether you want to call him visiting, whistling, or watching, it's Jack.
So apparently this is a meme. So it's like at Monsignor in the year of our Lord, I think, what is this, 2022, talking about Slender Man. But it's analogous because it's the idea of this thing once you get Whistling visiting Jack's attention, you have to do, they call them licks.
Yes, 7 licks.
You have to do to make sure he doesn't kill you. Apparently a college student had killed himself the week previously, and his parents think it's got something to do with this.
Yes.
That's gonna be the case this week. But before they do that, there's a toilet to clean up. And Ben's in there.
Ben is a good guy.
Ben's a good guy, but one of the girls let it slip that, like, Kristen said, we can't afford the plumber, and Kristen's like, shut the fuck up, we got a plumber here now. Be quiet. But, okay, like, nobody, like, there's just nothing. It's just, there's nothing in the toilet. It's making weird noises. There's definitely no blood, right? Yeah. All right. So, David gets his phone call. Okay, he's going to have to take care of business now. This is going to be some weird, real Cold War era spy shit they got him doing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Because, like, the three of them are outside looking at a house when he gets the phone call.
Like, I gotta
go.
They're like, where are you going? I gotta go work. I'm like, you're working right now. What are you talking about?
I gotta go hear a confession.
So, Kristen, a friend of Lynn's, this guy named Reynolds, apparently has interacted with Jack. And so now he's got to do his 7 licks. So one of the licks is this going into a church and saying Captain Kirk is Christ.
Yes.
So she goes over there and brings Lynn there. So Reynolds is in his room. He's got like a little fort, almost like a mattress fort with his computer. And he's just said he won't talk to anybody, won't let anybody in. So everybody's like, they're talking to him on Zoom or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's coming for me. He's coming for me. Okay, so Lynn, they've involved Lynn in this because I guess it's her friend, but like she shouldn't be involved in this. This is wild. So anyway, Ben and they decided to do some Google Street View research.
Yes.
They find this house where supposedly this previous murder had taken place, right? And it was like this, they have these lists of addresses where these murders had taken place. And everybody's like, well, that's because that's where Jack was. So they're like, okay, well, let's do this. They get this one house, and it's blocked by request of the person that owns the house or whatever. They can't see it.
Yeah.
His sister gets in there with the Wayback Machine and way back. And finally they get a version of it where they can actually see what's there. And this thing, it looks like somebody, honestly, to me, my first thought was somebody has a big, like a huge TV in there, and they're watching Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
And you can see it. Like, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like Pumpkinhead.
Yeah. And one of the houses that they had on the address was...
LaRue.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll talk to LaRue's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, again, we're getting into this messiness.
Yeah, why are you bringing LaRue back again?
It felt very gratuitous to bring LaRue back.
Yeah, because when they said that, I was like, really, again?
You're not going to actually tie them together, so why
not? Yeah, he's dead. Let it go.
So anyway, so now they go, oh, well, there's Pumpkinhead at this house. I guess we got to keep looking now. Leland has found a job for Cheryl. And it's to work for his... It's
a pretty good one.
It's pretty good. Her entire job is basically misinformation, disinformation. Keep people doom scrolling. Right?
Yep.
I do like Cheryl's line here. She's like, I kind of thought the powers of darkness would be like more dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really just an office.
Yeah, just an office with a bunch of people outside the office.
Leland does make an interesting point here. He's like, if we just go around and start killing people's firstborn and snatching them back to hell, like people, if you give people too much darkness, if you pile too much despair on them, they will turn to God.
Yes.
This was the entire impetus of like the church in the earliest years. Is like a lot of people were being crushed under the heels of the Roman Empire. You go into the northern parts of Europe, you have like just people are being their lives were completely, there was no way out. They saw no way out. So the church was their comfort.
Yep.
A lot of people turned to the church. Leland knows this. I'm just going to leave that there. Leland's thought here. When you make people despair too much, they turn to God. Now let's bear in mind that not everybody's idea of turning to God looks like the way you want it to look.
Yeah. And not everybody's idea of God is the same thing.
Yes.
If you have a higher power, it doesn't mean your higher power is God.
Some people think turning to God means going to church and praying and being contemplative and living a quiet life. Some people believe that turning to God means doing other things that aren't nearly as unobtrusive. So, but the point is taken, Leland.
Yes.
That if you really want to get some evil done on the world, you don't just shit on people, because that's how you get reactions.
Yes.
So, I don't know. We could talk about evil villains, James Bond villains, evil villains all day long. But if you're going to make a villain, a successful villain, for the most part, Leland's pretty successful because he understands that you can't just pile misery on people.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm just putting that out there. No reason. I just thought it was a good Anyway, so our trio, they are out on the street. They're going to check out this house. There is something on the upper floor. David gets a call. So he's got a scoop. But then Kristen and Ben go in there. They find a squatter. And they tell him somebody thought he was visiting Jack. And this guy's like, what, visiting Jack? You've seen him too?
No, we just saw him in the window, dude.
We just saw Pumpkinhead. What's going on? So he says, the squatter says, visiting Jack lets me stay here as long as I feed him.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't like that.
I didn't like it when he said that. I was like, feed him like he's some kind of animal, feed him, or like he's a demon and wants like flesh and blood, like, or what? What kind of feeding are you doing?
Yeah. So this guy's not visiting Jack. This guy isn't doing all this stuff, right? This man is not the genius behind all this. Meanwhile, David's at his rendezvous. He needs to get on his collar. He shows up there like, you got to get on your collar.
Yes.
And deliver a Bible. He's like, okay, easy enough. I'm like, Cheryl was just talking about how the powers of darkness would be darker. I'm like, I thought a secret Vatican mission would be a little more involved than delivering a Bible.
Yeah. Me too.
But here we are. Lynn and this Wren guy, her Wren friend, Wren friend. She's showing him pictures of what Kristen and Ben found at the house, and she's like, "Look, it's just some squatter. It's like this dude is not the boogeyman. Like, yeah, it's just a kid." And he's like, "Well, there are 6 more houses." Oh, great.
They're like, what? So, like, none of us knew.
Right. So they gotta go look at these other houses and do more Google image searching or whatever.
It was pretty cool when they showed how they were doing the Google image searches.
Well, then when they were going back and back.
Yeah.
So anyway, Andy and who's this guy? Bash. What is the exact relationship here? Is he a part owner of the business, or?
I'm not sure.
I'm not clear on who Bash is. He's got some fingers in the pie of the business. And they're complaining about not having beer. I'm like, then go get some beer. Stop drinking Kristen's margaritas. Yeah. Those are for her and Ben and David. And the girls. That's for all of them. But anyway. So, okay. This is where Andy's like, well, I want $110,000 for the business. I'm like, what? This business that you spent all this time away for, how is this only $110,000?
Well, not only that, when they were going through, Kristen said it was going to be $80 to build on a new room and $90 for a new bathroom.
I mean, I believe that with all the plumbing and stuff, because they're running plumbing. I mean, they're not just like sticking an extension on. It's a full room, yeah, and a bathroom too. I mean, a bathroom is a terrible thing to have to put on a house, but like
170.
I mean, that room they end up putting on is a decent size. As with anything with stuff like that, it's worth whatever people want to pay for it. But I'm like saying, like, having this Himalayan expedition business, I don't know what's involved. But $110,000 for your life's work seems very...
Very little, for one. For two, he's never home, so you would think, like whatever this is, that you put your life into it, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
You're helping people trek up a huge mountain.
There's plenty of equipment and...
Yeah. So why is it only 110?
He wants 110. That's what he thinks it's worth. But Bash says, no, somebody has offered $800,000. And I was like, that's the number you should take.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That pays for the addition. That probably pays off the rest of your mortgage.
Probably. And there's just a catch.
He's got to go with them.
He's going to be gone for another month. And he's like, oh, well, I have to talk to Kristen about it. No, you don't. You know you're going to get your way. She doesn't want you there anyway. If she could just tell you that, it'd be easier.
Jingle $750,000 in front of her and say, I'll be gone for a month. She's like, yeah, bye. Later.
Which she does. She tells him okay. But she tells him, get some of that up front so I can start the construction.
Yeah. In the meantime, Kristen and Ben and David, David is being very cryptic about what he's up to, and they have to catch David up on what's going on with all these houses.
Yeah, because he's been, being a friend to the Vatican.
Yeah. So Lynn is looking over the tasks that you have to do for Jack. Obviously, this Captain Kirk is Christ thing, but there's also, you have to fuck a virgin. And so you see that, you're like, okay, this is going to be...
Yeah.
Something's going to happen because you were friends with that guy, and I think he did more than he did that. But and you were their virgin. Okay. Anyway, we're going to find out. So they go. Okay. The toilet starts gurgling again.
Yeah.
Girls freak out, running downstairs, and Andy's like, "I'm getting on a call. You guys have to be in another room." So they push him to the kitchen, and
we find out what one of the other licks is here.
Well, they start drinking her margaritas.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
You have to, drink your parents' alcohol or something.
So
she drinks a margarita.
I think I don't know what the alcohol content is on these margaritas.
I don't either.
It's pretty harmless, probably.
I would think so.
Yeah. All of them. Oh, jeez, these kids these days. Anyway.
Well, of course, she's a lightweight. It's probably her first alcohol she's ever consumed.
So. Well, anyway, so, all right, she's drinking this margarita while Andy's trying to have his meeting with this VC guy who's going to be investing. And he's got to go to Nepal. And he's trying to talk them into taking Bash, and they're like, no, we want you. We want you. It has to be you. Well, this guy isn't just any VC guy. This is Cheryl's boyfriend, right? This guy that was telling her to, Edgar, who was telling her to, the daffodil and go slap people and all that. So she's at Leland, and we get a shot on the inside, and this guy's at his desk having this phone call this video call with Andy, and Leland and Cheryl are just kind of lounging around in the background.
Yeah.
I guess she's getting her
injection.
I need some fucking clarity on this. It drives me insane. Why is this just broad strokes of weird, creepy people? Anyway. All right. So they're outside. The three of them are outside another house. David's got his collar on, so this guy runs by him just jogger goes by him and gives him the finger. I'm like, what is that for?
I know, how rude.
That is a bizarre choice. And then David gets another secret call. And they're like, really? Come on, man.
Yeah, this is Kristen and Ben's case.
So he has to deliver a Bible and administer last rites.
And pick up a postcard.
And this is where, so he leaves them. This is where they meet with the widow LaRue.
Yes.
Again, I guess, let's have people cross paths and stuff. I appreciate it in that sense. You basically just have this kind of a nest of intersecting bad things or whatever, but at some point it's I don't want to do all this work. Please draw the picture, and they never do.
They never do.
But they are able to figure out who the driver is from the street view. Ben figures out if you get another different angle on the street view, you can see the reflection of the driver in a window, and that's how they figure out who the driver is.
Yep.
David, in the meantime, is delivering his Bible and his last rites. He sees the card he was told to pick up, but it's on this table out in the middle of the room, so it's not something he can surreptitiously get, but he does. He does.
Well, once the last rites guy dies,
Right.
The whole family's over there.
The guy dies, everybody's hooting and hollering, and David gets his car, and he's sneaking out, and as he's going out, one of the guys catches him. He's like, here. And he's trying to give him some money. And David's like, no. I know people like to tip.
Yeah, and David puts it in David's pocket.
Yeah, he's like, no, you're taking it. And he puts it in David's pocket. And so David leaves. I must have missed where they said because he was going to close the door, but then
they told him to make sure he left the door unlocked, so he left it cracked for him.
Turned the bolt so that it wouldn't
close all the way.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that. That's that entire weird exchange.
Friend of the Vatican.
Which we'll actually get into. She explains to him, hey, we figured out the whole Street View thing, the demon was a scam. They have this kind of back and forth about how things have changed between them. After you confess to murdering somebody and share a kiss with a brand new priest, things are going to be a little different.
Yeah, just a little. I mean, not a lot, just a little.
I mean, everybody just admit, like, bad choices were made.
Yeah.
On all accounts.
All.
Nobody did the right thing.
No. They didn't.
David gets back up to his room, and LeConte is there. So this man that he had gone to deliver, this is where we find it, the man he'd gone to deliver the last rites to had died he was poisoned.
Yes. Trying
to deliver this postcard that David has gotten.
Yes.
And he starts explaining, he breaks down, and that tip that the guy gave him, it wasn't just a tip, that was important.
Yeah, because LeConte. Sorry, he looks at the postcard and he's like, is this all he gave you? And that's when David pulls out the money he gave him, $100 bill. But there was something written on it.
Yes. Which we don't see.
No, we don't.
Why would we want to know that? So this is where LeConte's like, okay, so there's two types of evil. This is an ongoing theme, especially for David. There's two types of evil. There's supernatural, which is the demons and George and all this voodoo and stuff that Cheryl does. And then there is the natural.
Yes.
Which is the stuff that the trio deals with on the day-to-day, the cases they investigate every day, the stuff you see on the street every day.
Yes.
It's the kid killing his baby sister, and, it's all this stuff.
Yeah.
And LeConte says, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with evil men. Evil men have to be stopped, maybe even more than demons.
Yes.
This is real, man. Like, this is I wish that they, I don't know. I want to say wishing about more of this, but I feel like I don't want to have to always stop and get these speeches. I wish they would kind of
flow freely.
Yeah. But they do integrate this whole idea into the series. I think just that first season, it wasn't a rough start because I really liked the first season, but I think that first season kind of felt like they were going to be like, oh, it's going to seem like some creepy, weird thing, but it's just going to be a run-of-the-mill explanation. And you kind of thought that was the premise, but the real premise was that there are these two types of evil.
Yeah.
And you got to know which one you're looking at and which one is actually the most dangerous. And LeConte's like, it's actually this stuff. It's the everyday stuff.
Yes.
That are, and I think ultimately we will see in the show that, the demons are not the big threat here.
No, they're not.
But this postcard, right? This was supposed to be something about this postcard. They believe that we know that Grace Lynn is in China. They think she's being held prisoner.
Yeah, she was taken back.
Like a re-education camp or something.
Yes.
And this postcard's supposed to be saving her because the church does believe that she's an actual prophet. So they really want to get her out. And then, this man takes David's tip.
I know. Like, can you just read what's on it and then hand it back to David? That's $100. He earned that.
I mean,
priests don't make much to start with. Let him have his tip.
They truly don't. Come on, give him his money. Okay, so Lynn and Kristen, we're back with Lynn and Kristen. Kristen's like, girl, I saw number 4. It was sex with a virgin. Now, you were a virgin. Are you still a virgin? And she's like, Mom, he didn't get that far. I was like, it was only number 4. So did he do anything?
He probably did 1, 2, 3.
He fucked another virgin.
5, 6, 7. And he was trying to move in on number 4. He was trying to get her
4. She's like, toilet's acting up again. Toilet will continue to act up.
There's going to be some toilet problems.
Yeah, the toilet's problem's going to be ongoing. And Andy takes the deal, which we knew he would.
Yeah, because, Andy always gets what he wants. Kristen's raising 4 girls by herself while he just goes off and plays.
He's not going off to play. I mean, he thinks he is. We think he is, but he's not.
That's a later issue.
That's tomorrow's problem. Anyway. Okay. Another fun episode. I feel like they were, it was like there was potential for it to get really dark because they were talking about this kid killed himself, but then they were like, nah, we're going to have all this weird cloak and dagger stuff.
Yes.
That, the whole scene in the apartment with, like, everybody's like, ah! And this guy's, like, dying. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. So my question to everybody and anybody, are there really Friends of the Vatican? Is that stuff really happening out there?
Okay, so they have the Swiss Guard, right? Who are basically like the Vatican cops, the Vatican City cops. Army, whatever you want to call it.
Secret Service.
Yeah, kind of. I mean...
Okay.
Now, depending on who you talk to and who you believe, there might be something that does, I don't think they call it the entity, I don't think they call it Friends of the Vatican, but there might be a group that does what this guy's pretending to do. Now, you think about it. Vatican City is its own country.
Huge, yeah.
It's not. It's tiny. Vatican City is tiny. But it's its own country, right? What all countries, most countries, have some kind of intelligence community, right? So it would not be strange for them to have an intelligence community. The question would be, though, it's its own country, but I think the only country in the world established solely to be a functioning religious headquarters.
Yeah.
Like that's what everybody does. That's it. That's the whole thing. So it would make sense that its intelligence community would be geared towards that type of thing.
Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, I've seen angels and demons and
Illuminatus.
Yeah, so it just makes me wonder.
I don't know how much angels and demons. I don't know how much.
There was just a lot of Vatican stuff in all those. The other one that goes with that one, and
look, the Vatican. The thing about the Vatican and the church in general is a lot of this stuff, like a lot of these practices, is shrouded in secrecy for different reasons. A lot of it's just tradition because that's the way it was always done, and why change it? It works. A lot of it is it's unseemly to, like, it is still, a religious body, and they're having discussions about spiritual matters. That's not something that needs to be on the evening news. It's not really anybody's business unless you're a Catholic, and you'll eventually find out. But I think there is this other sense of, like, there's some of the things that they hide, like Fatima, Our Lady of Fatima, right? When the children had the vision and they had the letter, and for years, like, they wouldn't tell anybody what was in the letter because they're like, well, it has to do with the end of the world. Oh, that actually concerns everybody.
Yeah.
Let us know. I mean, like, they made the judgment unilaterally that humanity could not handle whatever was in that letter, so they were going to hide it. I'm like, okay, but you understand that this is like part of what this gives people fuel to come up with things like Friends of the Vatican and I don't know. Illuminatus.
I like this episode. It's very convincing. I mean, it had all the stuff in it, like the whole Wandering Jack is just like the Slender Man.
Slim Shady.
I don't keep up with that stuff. Slim Shady. But yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. It was a funny episode for some. And some of it was just like, leave already, Andy. But yeah, I liked the episode. I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. These next couple episodes, though, are, yeah.
We will talk.
1 and 2 is just getting you going.
1 and 2 is just getting you going. I'll set up. They do set up a lot of things here which will kind of persist. This toilet, I can't believe this toilet.
I know.
Like I said, I mentioned it last episode. I think some of the little hanging dangling ends and unfinished business is kind of starting to bother me here.
Yeah.
But we will get into it all.
Yes.
Next week when we talk about episode 3.
Yep.
Until then, you check out our other podcast, Deconstructing the Dark Passenger, the podcast about all things Dexter. We're in season 4 right now. You check out our movie podcast, Outside Food and Drink, where we're getting ready to go into Shark Month.
Yay!
So we'll be talking about jars. Yes, let's talk about jars. Obviously, we're going to do Jaws, The Meg, and Sharknado. One of my personal favorites.
I don't think I've ever seen Sharknado.
I'm sorry you've never seen Sharknado.
I've seen Meg, but yeah. So Sharknado will be a new one for me too.
Sharknado.
I love that I'm sharing all my new experiences with people.
Well, you will enjoy Sharknado, and hopefully everybody else will. You can also follow us on our socials or drop us a line. If you know about Friends of the Vatican, if you are a friend of the Vatican, we will keep you anonymous.
We will keep you anonymous. I mean, just email me and talk to me. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you do.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, but if you tell me, you might have to kill me.
Well,
but just explain to me what being a friend of the Vatican means.
Tell us what you can tell us without having to kill anybody.
Yeah, we get that. We'll go with it.
There we go. All right, so until next week, we talk about episode 3.
Now, later.
Later.